Welcome students. In today's session, we will learn one more sorting technique based upon the insertion sort. Right? Now, again here, the input is that the numbers are in unsorted manner. We will try to place them in an ascending order. Again, this program will place the numbers in an ascending order. Okay. Now, the code is very simple. It has only 4 to 5 lines of a code, but it is a little tricky to understand. Let us first go through the concept of the insertion sort. Okay. Now, the insertion sort is basically, as I said, we are going to place the numbers in ascending order. The strategy here is that what we try to do is that we try to compare the first and second number. Like we say the first and second number. So first and second number means you can even call it to be left hand side of the number, or right hand side of the number, or first number and second number. If the second number is, for example, here consider these are the array elements which are in unsorted. So we are going to place them in an ascending order. What we do here is that first consider the two numbers. We start from the second number. Okay, when there are 5 elements, we 5 or 10, any number of elements, we first pick the second number that is at index 1, right? Then this second number we will try to compare with the first number. If the second number, if it is smaller than the first number, then swap it. Okay, I will explain it once again. We start from the second number. If the second number is less than the first number, if it is smaller than the first number, then swap, otherwise retain as it is. Correct? And once we swapped, then we further move to the next one. Then again we try to compare with the next number. So in general, you can say here the first and the second number we try to compare, or the left hand and the right hand side numbers we try to compare. And if the right hand side number is smaller number, then we will put it into a left side. Now here the goal is to that identify the smallest number or the smaller number and keep on putting on the left hand side, or keep on placing it on the left hand side. If you remember, students, in the previous concept where we have studied the bubble sort, in the bubble sort at every pass we try to identify the largest number and we place that particular largest number on the right hand side. But here it is the different way. We try to compare again the smallest number we keep on placing on the left side. So once we start keeping on the left side, we try to get a sub arrays. Okay, you will come to know what actually a sub array is at the time of tracing. Without taking much of a time, directly jump onto the program here. Again, here I have taken the tabular format. Look at the code here. As I said, comparison, we start from the second number. Look at the initialization for I. I is 1. 1 means that is second number, the index of the second number in the array. So from then we start up to the last number. Okay, then we take a temporary variable, and then in that particular temporary variable we place that the second number, and then we further process. So again here we have a inner for loop. Okay, for inner for loop, initialization is j equal to I. So whatever the value of I is there, that value will get updated to j, and then it has a compound statement in the conditional part. So look at here, j is greater than 0, logical and a of j minus 1 greater than temp. So now to understand this one, we should be very clear about how the logical AND works, right? The logical AND gives true value when both its operands are true, right? Logical that is AND operator is what? It's basically a binary operator, right? 2 operands will be there. And binary operator, this logical operator AND, it gives the true result when both operands are true, otherwise it gives a false value. Okay, if this condition is true, then it will execute this statement, otherwise it just proceeds further. If this condition is false, then it comes out of the loop, that is inner for loop, and then this statement will get executed. After that, I plus this. So like this, the outer for loop and inner for loop will get executed. Now look into the tracing part. Again, here, let me go with the standard convention by writing in a tabular format. Okay. Now, I equal to 1, I less than n, then a of j equal to temp and I plus plus. These are statements representing the outer for loop. Look at here. I equal to 1, I less than n, and then even temp equal to a of I. This is also a part of outer for loop itself. Let me highlight in the same color. And then we have the inner for loop. In the inner for loop, j equal to I, and then the condition, and then if this condition is true, then only it will execute this, then j minus minus. So these are the part of inner. Okay, now we have taken these numbers 50, 20, 10, 30, and 40. Students, just pay attention. This is little tricky to understand. Okay, and let's see. So for the first time, I becomes 1, 1 less than n is 5. This condition is true. Now we get a new statement, that is temp equal to a of I. Now temp gets whatever a of I is 1, so a of 1 is 20. So now temp will get 20 value. Then inner for loop, the initialization, j is equal to I, so j becomes 1 because I value is 1. The next statement, condition, is a compound statement. Let us try to evaluate this step by step. Okay, now j is 1 greater than 0, then logical and a of j minus 1. J is 1 minus 1 is 0, so a of 0 is 50. Is this 50 greater than temp? Temp is 20, right? Now the first one, 1 greater than 0 is true, and 50 greater than 20, that is also true. Now we know that the logical operator will give us a true value and both the operands are true, right? Logical and operator gives us a true value when both the operands are true. So now this results to be a true. That means what? The inner for loop for here, see, this particular condition is true, means now it will enter into its statement or its body. So what do we have here? A of j is equals to a of j minus 1. So a of j minus 1 means what? J is 1 minus 1 means 0, so a of 0 is 50. Okay. This 50 is going to be updated where? With a of j. So a of 1, here we get a 50 value. See here, a of j equal to a of j minus 1 means what? The previous value, update it on the right side. If you look at logically, we try to compare these two elements and we found that the left hand side number is greater than this one. So we'll try to swap them. Swapping takes place in a different way here, not in the traditional approach. Swapping takes place in a different method. Now, since this is greater than this number, at this position, we are updating 50. Means now at index 1, 20 is no more present. What we have a 50. Okay, now next. J minus minus, 1 minus minus, for the next time j becomes 0. Now pay attention students here. J greater than 0, j value is 0, 0 greater than 0 is going to be what? False, right? The condition is going to be false, and we know that the logical and, if any one of the condition or any one of the operand is false, it is going to give us a false value itself. So this entire condition, this particular entire condition is going to be false, right? Then this statement will not execute, this statement will not execute. Next is what? A of j is equals to temp. Now the j value is 0. At a of 0, update the temp value. Temp means what? It is 20. So now 20 will be updated where? At a of 0. So now we get 20 here. The remaining numbers are what? This is 50, 10, 30, 40. Correct? Then I plus plus. So I plus plus means now 1 plus plus. For the next time, I becomes 2. Now look at here. After the first pass, what has happened? After the first pass, from the among the initial numbers, let me write it here. The initial numbers, earlier it was here 20, right? Now, what has happened? We try to compare the two numbers, that is the second number compared with the first number. If the second number is smaller than the first number, then insert this second smallest number at the first. We can treat that this is a sub-array here. For the first pass, first two numbers are the sub-arrays. In these sub-arrays, the smallest number was positioned at the beginning. Among these two, the smallest was what? 20. 20 is positioned on the left-hand side. Okay. Now, for the next time, that is for the second pass, now we start from the next number, that is third number. Now, look at here. 2 less than 5 condition is true. Now I value is 2, 2 less than 5 condition is true. Temp is going to be a of I is 2, so a of I here it is 10, right? Now temp will get a value 10 here. Now we are focusing upon this number, that is 10. Out of these three numbers, what logically we will try to do is that this 10 we will keep on comparing with its previous numbers, and if we found that this is the smallest number, then we will post it at the leftmost side, or else it to the proper position, right? The second number will be compared. Now this 10 will be compared with 50, then it will be updated, and then later it will be compared with the previous number, then it will be updated. Let's see how it happens. Now j becomes I, so I is 2, so j is also 2. Okay, now j greater than 0, 2 greater than 0, and a of j minus 1. J is 2, j minus 1, j minus, that is 2 minus 1 means 1, that is 50. Is this 50 greater than temp? Temp is what? 10, right? Now 2 greater than 0, true, and 50 greater than 10, that is also true. True and true is true. So condition becomes true here. So we need to execute this statement. What this statement is, at a of j, update j minus 1. J is 2, means here a of jth position, at 2th position, its previous number. What is there in the previous number? 50. So now this 50 will get updated. 50 will get updated. Okay, then next is j minus minus. So now we get 2 minus minus. 2 minus minus, next time j becomes 1. 1 greater than 0, logical AND. Now a of j minus 1. J is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. At 0th position we have 20, right? So is this 20 greater than temp? Temp what we have? 10, right? Now try to evaluate this. Now here 1 greater than 0, that is true, and 20 greater than 10, that is also true. So true and true is true. Again the condition turns to be a true condition. Now we need to update this statement. So what happens here? A of j. J is 1. So at this position 1, we need to update its previous value. What is there in j minus 1? That is 20. Now 20 comes here. So 20 will be updated here. Correct? Then next, j minus minus, that is 1 minus minus. So then for the next time, j becomes 0, And here, look at again, 0 greater than 0. This is going to be false, and the AND logical AND will give us the result as a false value. So directly write it as a false. Since it becomes false, this will not execute the statement. This will not execute. This particular statement will not be executed. The next one is A of j equal to temp. J is 0. J is 0 means at this position we need to update temp value. What is temp? 10. So now 10 will be updated. So what are the remaining values? At 1 we have 20. At second index value we have 50, and the remaining numbers are unchanged, that is 30 and right. Next, I plus plus. Now 2 plus plus, that completes the second pass, and for the third pass we get I value as 3. So this is third pass now. At the end of the second pass, if you look at students, we had these numbers, and our number, the concern was on this particular value. What we did, we tried to compare this with this one, these two numbers, and we figured that this is a bigger number than this bigger number we placed here. Then next, this 10 was already taken in a temp variable, right? Then that 20 was compared with again that 10, and again we found that this is bigger one. We positioned it here, and then finally 10 was placed at the smallest number. That means what? Out of these three, the smallest number was taken and it was positioned on the leftmost side. So now we got 10, 20, and 50. Right? So this is a sub-array. This is one sub-array. In this particular sub-array, we just try to rearrange the elements such a way that on the left side, we get the leftmost side, we get the smallest number. Now look at here. At the end of the second pass, these two numbers are smallest here, right? 10 and 20. Now, let us continue further here with the next iterations. So for the next loop here, when I becomes 3 less than 5, condition is true, right? Temp is A of I. So A of 3 is 30. So this 30 is now placed in a temp variable, right? J gets the value of I, that is 3, right? Now, this condition we'll try to evaluate. 3 greater than 0 and J minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. So A of 2 is 50. Is this 50 greater than temp? What is temp? 30, right? Now, 3 greater than 0 is true, and 50 greater than 30, that is also true. So the total condition is true. Since it is true, we are going to update A of j. J is 3. So at j third position, we get 50. Get 50. Correct? Then next, j minus minus. So now here we get 3 minus minus. Next time, j becomes 2. Right? Now, 2 greater than 0 and A of j minus 1. J is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So at A of 1, we have 20. Now, is this 20 greater than temp, that is 30? Now, if you look at here, students, this condition is true, whereas this condition is false. That means overall condition is going to be false. Since it becomes false, the inner for loop will get terminated. The inner for loop will get terminated. So what we get, the next statement, A of j is temp. So A of j temp means j value is 2. J value is 2. So at A of 2, we get the temp value. What is there in temp? 30. So 30 gets updated here, right? And then I plus plus. I plus plus means for the next iteration, I becomes 3 plus plus. For the next time, it is 4. Now, at the end of this particular third pass, if you look at the numbers, here we have 10, here we have 20, this is 30, this is 50, and 40. What we try to do, students, here, we try to compare these numbers. Here, this number was compared with its previous number. Since it was less, we swapped it. But further, after swapping here, we came to know that 30 is not smallest among this one. So it was not placed on the left hand side, but we got the perfect numbers among these sub array, that is 10, 20, 30, and 50. Now, for the next time, for the fourth pass, I becomes 4. 4 less than 5, condition is true, and temp becomes a of I, that is a of 4. A of 4 we have 40. So 40 comes here. J is also 4. Then 4 greater than 0, condition is true, and a of j minus 1. J is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. So a of 3 we have 50, right? Is this 50 greater than temp value? Temp is what? 40, right? Now, if you try to evaluate directly, this is true, this is also true, both are true, so the logical AND gives a true value. Then, sorry, this statement will be executed here, wherein a of j is j minus 1. J value is 4, so at this position, its previous number, that is 50, now 50 will come here. Then next time j becomes j minus minus, that is we are going to reduce the j value. 4 minus minus, we get 3 here. 3 greater than 0, and j minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2, add 2 we have 30. So 30 greater than temp. Temp is what? 40, right? Now if you look at this particular condition, this is true, whereas this is false. So overall this logical AND will give us a false value. Since it gives a false value, inner for loop will get terminated, right? After its termination, we are going to update a of j equal to temp. So j is 3. So at third position here, what we get? We get temp value. Temp is what? 40. And then I plus plus, I becomes, that is 4 plus plus. Next time, I becomes 5. 5 less than 5, condition is false. So all the statements will get terminated. That is, the outer for loop will get terminated. None of the statements will be executed. But at this stage, if you looked at the arrays, here 0th index 10, then 20, then 30, 40, and 50. All the numbers are rearranged such a way or sorted such a way that the elements are in ascending sort or ascending order. At every pass or at every iteration, we try to compare the second element with the previous element, and by taking this number into a temporary variable, and we keep on comparing. If we find that this variable in the temporary is smaller than the comparison element, then we will swap. Otherwise, we don't swap. When condition becomes false, that means on its left side, all the numbers are smaller than the temporary. Okay. This particular program is little tricky, but what I would request is that take up another example. Probably you take one example where the numbers are in descending order, like this. Take values which are in descending order. Let me rewrite once again here. 50, 40, 30, 20, and 10. Take these values and then try to trace as this. Then definitely you will get at the end 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Okay. One suggestion is that students don't take 1, 2, 3, 4. I have seen students taking 1, 2, 3, 4 as the arrays or numbers with the single digits there. You will get confused with the index values there. The indices are also 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, right? Just if you take the elements also in the same way, you might get confused. That's why I'm taking a double digit numbers here. Okay. Now, try to trace it once again and see that whether you are getting a proper results or not. Okay. This is little tricky. Okay. Go backward in the video and try to see the concept once again and understand the tracing part. Okay. If I execute the program, let's see here. Let me execute the program and show you, say 5 elements. Let us say 50, 20, 10, 30, and 40. If I take sorted array are 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. This is also a journal program under section A, 7th one, insertion sort. Okay, I will give you this program and you are supposed to execute again in the lab. Thank you, students.